Go get them, President Trump. Reduce that spending. We're behind you 1,000%. Well, he has. He has. 0.1% he's asking us to reduce. And I'm not saying senators shouldn't ask questions and make some changes if they need to be made, but here's the bottom line. It is gut check time. It is gut check time. You either believe in reducing spending or you don't. And if you talk the game and say, let's reduce spending, and you vote against this bill, in my opinion, you ought to hide your head in a bag. Because you will be able to cut the hypocrisy with a knife. It's real, real hard, Mr. President, to preach temperance from a bar stool. It's gut check time.
What unfolded on the Senate floor wasn't just another speech, it was Senator John Kennedy delivering a comedic, sharp-edged, and brutally honest reality check that sent Democrats into full meltdown mode. In classic Kennedy fashion, he exposed waste, corruption, and the absolute circus that Washington has become. Before the fireworks begin, viewers are encouraged to click the subscribe button to stay sharp, informed, and entertained.
This week, President Trump's going to send us over what's called a rescission bill. What does that mean? Well, we've got a $7 trillion budget, okay? I don't know how much of that $7 trillion is waste, but every fair-minded person would have to agree that there's some money being spent in that $7 trillion that shouldn't be spent. It just shouldn't. It's wasted money. And so President Trump and this Congress made one of its objectives trying to reduce spending. Not spending that we need to reduce, but spending that needs to be reduced. I call it spending porn. And the president has sent us a bill. He's saying to Congress, I want you to reduce spending in the current budget by $9.1 billion. And let me tell you what the spending, what constitutes the spending I want to reduce. Well, first, $9.1 billion out of a $7 trillion budget, we're not talking about a lot of money here. We're talking about 0.1%. That's all. That's point one. Point two, you need to look at what the president's asking us to cut out. I'll just give you a couple of examples. I didn't make this up. The president is saying we're giving $3 million to Iraq to produce Sesame Street. Maybe we could use that money for something else. The president is saying we're giving $3 million to Zambia for circumcisions and vasectomies. The president's saying we don't need to do that. We've got other priorities. We're giving $500,000 to Rwanda to buy electric buses. The president is saying to us, Congress, we don't need to be spending the money on that. There are more important things. We're spending $67,000 to give insect powder to kids in Madagascar. I don't even know what insect powder is, but the president's asking us to cut it out. We're giving $3,600,000 to Haiti for pastry cooking classes, for cyber cafes, for dance focus groups, for male prostitutes. The president's saying, I don't think so. I don't think that the American people support giving their hard-earned money to male prostitutes in Haiti. So he's asking us to cut it out. He's asking us to reduce the budget by $833,000 because some of President Biden's bureaucrats gave a contract to transgender people, sex workers, and their clients in Nepal. The president's saying, I don't want to do that. And he's right. That's enough. You get the idea. That's why I call it spending porn. Triggers your gag reflex. You look at this stuff and you go, what in God's name? Who decided to do this? Well, Congress didn't. The bureaucrats did. It's money we appropriated, but we didn't tell them to go spend money, $833,000, and give it to sex workers in Nepal. They just took the money we appropriated and used it for that. And so the president is asking us to do what's called a rescission, to cancel the spending. Now, I have listened, I've been here 8 years, Mr. President, and I've listened to a whole bunch of people talk about the need to reduce spending. But you got to watch what people do, not what they say. Because talk is cheap. And around here, I've learned pretty quickly that reducing spending, it's like going to heaven. I want to go to heaven. I bet you want to go to heaven, Mr. President. I bet our guests in the gallery want to go to heaven. But everybody wants to go to heaven. Raise your hand if you're ready to take the trip today. Most people, you are, sir, and I admire that, but most people want to live a little longer. And that's the way it is with reducing spending around here. I want to reduce spending. I support it, but not just yet, because I've got this project. Well, and I've listened to that. And I've especially listened to it for the past 100 days. Go get them, President Trump. Reduce that spending. We're behind you 1,000%. Well, he has. He has. 0.1% he's asking us to reduce. And I'm not saying senators shouldn't ask questions and make some changes if they need to be made, but here's the bottom line. It is gut check time. It is gut check time. You either believe in reducing spending or you don't. And if you talk the game and say, let's reduce spending, and you vote against this bill, in my opinion, you ought to hide your head in a bag. Because you will be able to cut the hypocrisy with a knife. It's real hard, Mr. President, to preach temperance from a bar stool. It's gut check time.
Senator Kennedy opened with a roast so accurate it could power the Capitol. He described Washington as a place where common sense is basically illegal and filled with frustrated ex-class presidents. According to Kennedy, the moment anyone questions the status quo, Democrats and D.C. and thus elites go into emotional shock, either catatonic or foaming at the mouth like someone unplugged the Matrix. His point landed. Washington is weird, and Democrats didn't appreciate the reminder. Subscribe for more moments like this. Kennedy highlighted the real source of Democratic outrage. Donald Trump's executive order putting Elon Musk in charge of a full line-by-line audit of federal spending. While Musk assembled a crackerjack team to do what every taxpayer wishes someone would do, look at the receipts. Democrats acted like the sky was falling. They ranted about constitutionality, claimed Musk had conflicts of interest, and even accused him of collecting Social Security numbers for profit. Meanwhile, Musk's biggest crime, checking where the money actually went. Don't forget to subscribe. Kennedy then dropped the real bombshells, the findings Democrats refused to talk about. Musk uncovered that USAID has 10,000 employees, gives away $40 billion a year, sends U.S. taxpayer money to Afghanistan, Yemen, and Syria, funds electric vehicle projects in Vietnam, supports a transgender clinic in India, sends $1.5 million to an LGBTQ group in Serbia, funds diversity initiatives abroad that don't help a single American paycheck. Kennedy delivered the line that summed it all up perfectly. How are you supposed to review the spending without reviewing the spending? You could almost hear Democrats clutching their pearls from across the room. Kennedy reminded the chamber who really gets hurt by Washington's reckless, unmonitored spending, hard-working Americans dealing with soaring inflation, high grocery bills, gas prices that make people reconsider road trips, a national debt bigger than ever. While families tighten their belts, Washington tightens nothing, except their grip on taxpayer-funded luxuries. Kennedy's message was simple. The American people understand waste when they see it. They live with its consequences every day. Here's where Kennedy's humor met their silence. While Democrats spent days yelling about Musk, not one refuted what Musk discovered. They didn't deny the spending. They didn't dispute the examples. They just didn't want to talk about them, because the truth is too embarrassing. Washington isn't broken by accident. It's broken because no one wanted audits, until now. Senator Kennedy's speech wasn't just another Senate moment. It was a reality check, a comedy special, and a wake-up call wrapped into one. He defended accountability, he exposed Washington's dysfunction, and he highlighted exactly why Democrats didn't want Musk anywhere near their books. This wasn't a partisan meltdown, it was a spotlight on the swamp's worst habits, and for once, the American people got to hear the truth spoken plainly, with a little Southern charm and humor only Senator Kennedy can deliver. Viewers are reminded to subscribe and stay tuned for more breakdowns of the moments that shake Washington to its core.